And there you see the tail end of a dumbass. That's Dino. He was in here. Minnie was in here. The cows are in. They get ground feed, but it's easier since we got to feed him in a pan just to get a little of the good stuff. And it's better for the bulls if you can do that, right? Yeah, he walks all the way up here after she ate half of it. Looks at it and decides he didn't want any. So now he's out there complaining. Now that I'm done feeding, he's complaining and getting a few others to come in. So now I got to feed everybody. But he don't get any because I'm not filling his pan up again. Why? Because he's a dumbass. And that looks like 023 from here. The old lady with the young baby on her. Yep, that's her. I cheated. I gave him a little ground feed over here. And dumbass is getting him some ground feed. Since he can't put his head in the feeder, and I wasn't going to put anyone pan for him again. While he's standing there, I'm pouring it right down across the front of his nose onto the ground and told him to eat it. What's he try to do? Reach in the feeder right there to get what's in there. Finally, one of the cows sticks her head down there and he goes, oh, oh, there's feed for me. I swear we've never had a more stupid bull. He gets dumber with age. I don't get it. Oh well. And yeah, drip, 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 drip. Like my nose is trying to do now. Get them cleaned out, hopefully. I gotta shuffle totes around too. These 200 gallons are empty, but the little upright we filled will fill down. And I can still save that one. It's full. And go from there. If the dog gets out of my way, I can get out of here. A drippy day. Wet knees already. Of course, I've been on here a little bit, straighten a couple spots up in the driveway. I'm going to tackle that mess. And the nice thing with no cows in there, I can go right through there straight into the storage. The worst thing is, right through the gate is that nasty spot. There's nothing I can do with it. I don't know. I might try to scrape a little out and put it somewhere, but it's just a mess. And, chunks of concrete starting to stick up through it because it's gotten scraped down so much. Since we put the concrete and asphalt underneath everything and covered it with rock, the plan was to spend the money and you can get reject rock mixed with lime and it's supposed to set up like concrete. They're using it for the base underneath buildings, some places underneath road beds. That was the plan. Get that all in there and get it packed in tight. Leave the cows off it for a little bit and have a smooth, hard surface. The guys that know the stuff, they say, yeah, it should hold up. Get it, about 6 inches thick. A lot cheaper than concrete, and if it'll hold up, it'll hold up. But unfortunately, it still takes money, and I think it was 7 or 8 years ago we redid the lot. At least maybe 9 years ago, I don't know. Right after Tyler and Maury started dating, and Maury just had one truck. And we discussed doing it then and didn't have the money, and since then, you know how things have gone, all downhill. So I just patch spots when I can with some reject, and y'all have seen how that's gone. It's right there because it was so wet this winter. If I can get that cleaned out, I can patch it with a half a load of reject and have it hold up another year or two. But anyway, I can do this before I get any wetter. Get some feed dumped out of the little upright bin that we filled into a couple of those others, and maybe be done with this thing for the day. Well, there's what's left for big bales. I know that one's got some damp spots on the bottom. The dirt outside is a little above grade. You can kind of see the moisture on the boards there. And I'm going to say the other bottom one's got a damp spot. That one's clean. I don't know that that plus that 3x4 I just fed is going to be enough to get those pregnant cows through. Hopefully we got enough small bales to keep feeding those guys. Because unfortunately they don't get pasture. So that's what they're stuck with till we get some bales made. We do got a couple of those grass seed straw bales left, but and that may be what they get. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm sure you can hear the stuff on the roof. Just got that cow lot cleaned, and that was all frickin' slop. I've been better off with a honey wagon and a hose and suck it up. Had to swap buckets because I couldn't even carry it in the big bucket. Had to carry it in the other one. And I'm gonna go see if I can find Ty. It's a little early for lunch, but the other stuff we gotta do. Get that feed dumped into those other totes. It's gonna take a little bit because ground feed don't like to flow, especially out of a 6-inch hole in the bottom of a hopper. And I'm just not gonna deal with it. Yeah, here's what's left in this barn. So what? Maybe 100 bales, if that. Maybe no, not even that. I'm thinking if it was two bales wide, not just one. So 70 bales, give or take. And there's less than that in the other barn. And she just missed the route that just ran right over there and under the wall. Freaking things. Anyway, those cows are happy. They got hay again. Those poor heifers are still bummed because they're in. They want out. Cows want out too. They stand there bellowing half the day wanting out. Especially if they can see the others. And I'm going to guess that, oh, I see a couple. Zooming in, you can see them. Middle of the screen. So they're hiding out in the trees, more or less. I don't see any others, so they're all in the trees. This other group down here, they're doing the same. Oh, come on, zoom in. Oh, well, you can see them. Oh, we don't want to zoom because the screen's wet or what, but oh well. Or because my phone don't want to work again. And here we see why I didn't want to use this for ground feed. But it was the only thing I had left to put in the end to get the mixer empty. So, ground feed just bridges. She started with a stick. Now she's with her hand. Yeah, she's got it all the way up her sleeve. Probably to her armpit before she's done.
The snack for later.
You can get it to flow a little bit. It flows a little bit, but that's about it. We made the mistake quite a few years ago about filling a couple of those tote bags. We mixed a bunch up so we didn't have to take time when we needed to fill creep feeders. And yeah, tote bags will work. Yeah. We ended up ruining half a dozen good tote bags because the only way we'd get it out was to literally cut the bottom of the bag out. That was a pain in the ass. So, yeah, like I said, I didn't want to have to put it in this, but I had nothing else. This thing Dad made years ago with the plan of, we'd pick it up this way, and there's actually telescoping legs. So you could put feed in it and fill buckets, but that never worked out very well. Easier to scoop them out of something than it is to get it out of this. So it gets used mainly when we're cleaning grain. We'll use it for screenings. And we'll, figure out how to grind it. Or we used to just dump the screening straight into the creep feeders, which works good for dumping into the creep feeders. Also used to use this just to fill creep feeders. auger out of the bin into this, and the chain's on there. We hooked on the bale loader, and you just hang it over the top. But anyway, that's enough about that. We're going to be here a while. Well, we'll end the video with this one. See a few over there. They're kind of hanging close to the trees. Go like this, you can see those through the gate. Duckies are flying around. They don't know what they're doing. I see two down there. I'm going to guess the rest of them are either right underneath the edge of the hill here, or I see one. See one right through there. Oh, there's probably a few more over that way. I see a calf down there too. Center of the screen between the gate bars. And yeah, they're making a mess already. Wouldn't you know? It was so crappy when I was doing that. Literally, by the time I was done, there was a layer. Just because the rain was beating it out of the cracks in the concrete. So at the moment, it's just trying to sprinkle a little bit. Kind of nice. Anyway, I'm headed this way to go in, simply because I can. And it gives me a chance to look and see stuff. Ty's off goofing off for a little bit this afternoon. She decided she was going to get Ron out of the house. His shoulder went right on him again, like Thursday. And he's waiting around. He's supposed to go to the orthopedics. Sounds like they're going to try to give him some exercises to do and some medication to try to break up the calcium, whatever. Hopefully that'll work. Otherwise, I got to do surgery. Oh, look, another one there. What is that? Yeah. Looks kind of like a mini. And a few more there. So, anyway, I think today's supposed to rain more, or tomorrow's supposed to rain more than today. Makes for fun. Got some things we gotta get worked on before we can even start haying, but you know, I kind of figured on getting some planting done first. Oh, and if you want to see neighbor spring wheat's coming up pretty good. If you notice, about every 12 feet there's a double row. They run a 13-foot drill and he overlaps. It does that just because they're always on hills. That way you don't have a skip someplace. So, I'm seriously thinking about maybe making something for a tow bar or something for the sprayer and taking it out of the shop. Not that I want it out getting full of bird shit and everything, but I'm seriously considering maybe dragging it out here and shoving it in the big bale barn for a little bit so I can get the 5288 and the mower in. We still got a bearing on the bottom roller to do on that mower, and of course you got to take the frickin' gearbox apart to take it off, to get it off the shaft so you can get to the bearing. That's the only way I see to do it anyway. And that tractor, we got to fix the hydraulics on it because I can't raise and lower the mower without dumping a gallon of oil on the ground. Kind of hard to use it that way, you know. So I can get the mower in the shop, unhook it probably so we can work on it and have the doors shut. Then I don't know how the hell to get into that valve body because there's only a few inches between it and the tire, and of course it's tucked back in there. Zoom you in because I don't want to go out there. It's right behind that step. Lovely place to have it to work on it. I really don't want to pull that wheel off, but we might have to. I don't know. Anyway, time will tell. Plans change, 10 times a day anyway, so maybe that plan ain't gonna happen tomorrow. I have no idea. But at any rate, thank you all for watching, everybody. Hope you had a good Tuesday. And hey, cheers for a good Wednesday, aka Hump Day.